The Church of the Living God. This is the church of my dreams, the church of the warm heart, of the open mind, and of the adventurous spirit. The church that cares, that heals hurt lives, that comforts all people, that challenges youth, that knows no divisions of culture or class, no frontiers, geographical or social. The church that inquires as well as affirms, that looks forward as well as backward. The church of the people, broad as the love of God, a working church, a worshipping church, a winsome church. A church that interprets the truth in the terms of its own times and challenges its own times in terms of the truth. That inspires courage and hope for living. A church for all good men, the church of the living God. In humility, but not in shame, we bow before you. One whom we cannot name, lest names divide. In humility, because we wonder at your transcendent immensity, at your loving ideal immanent in ourselves, but not in shame. For it is no disgrace to be human, whatever the follies and failings of each of us. You have bent into our humanity to dwell here, not just into one of us, once upon a time, but always, eternally, into all of us. May we live with the knowledge of who we are, frail, imperfect, transient, eternal power, incarnate for a moment in us. Let us use that moment well. Amen.
There's a book called In the Holy Quiet of This Hour. It's a meditation manual, and the readings are from Richard S. Gilbert. It was a book that was given to me whilst I was at college by my prof, and I had taken a sermon at sermon class, and he said, "That's a good sermon." He said, "It's the only thing that's good about you this week." He said, "However," he said, "there is a reading which I feel might just fit in pretty well to what it was you were trying to put across." It's called The Empty Chair. There is something about an empty chair that reminds us of our ultimate loneliness, evoking memories of those we have loved and lost. No longer will they occupy that chair, however much their image is etched in our memory. Chairs know the comings and goings of people, the assault of young bodies, and the gentler weight of old ones. They know the passing of the years. They absorb all in well-worn wood. There is something in us that doesn't like an empty chair, that wants it occupied by the ones we love and loved. Its presence haunts us with memories that fade, but never ever die. We reach out across an empty space, encircling nothing but a memory. Our fingers caress the well-known cracks and grooves, as familiar to us as the body that filled them. Our eyes create the image of a former time, when loved ones brought a chair to life and endeared it to us. Now there is little to do but sit, supported by the strength of years, occupying beloved space just for a moment in time, rejoicing in times gone by, never ever to return. People, like chairs, are full of memories, memories that sustain our coming in and our going out from this day forward. The words of Gilbert. Excellent reading, I think. not so very long ago, as president, I went to our Ipswich church and then on to a little country church called Farmingham. This reminds me of the Farmingham church. But at the Ipswich church, of course, we have the Reverend Clifford Reid, who wrote and has written many, many prayers. He has written many, many books. And I think his work is excellent. And I want to read this one to you. Thoughtless words. By the power of the Spirit, whose gift is self-control, may we be on our guard against the thoughtless word. May we remember the power of words and know that we must account for what we say before the divine tribunal of conscience and humility. May our words reflect holiness and truth. May they heal and reconcile, show reverence and respect, build community and foster relationships of love. May they never be barbs to tear the feelings of others, clubs to batter down humanity, poisons to corrupt and kill by stealth. Out of our own mouths are we acquitted or condemned. We pray for forgiveness and for the ability to curb the unruly tongue, for the wisdom to measure our words before we let them loose. So may that Spirit inspire what we say, and may our words sow peace and hope and love among us here today. The words of the Reverend Clifford.
As we got on the plane to come here, we were very aware that there was announcements coming across: buy your duty frees and take them back with you to Australia. On Sunday it's Father's Day. And we looked at one another and thought, right, so Bob's having 2 Father's Days this year, because ours is in June. He's not getting anything for this Father's Day, apart from my company, which we don't get very much of throughout this year. So to all the gentlemen today, can I say, I don't care whether you're dads or not, you're a father to something in this world, whether you have an animal or whether you just help to look after a child. In my estimation, you are all fathers of something. And we will not go any further down that route. So happy Father's Day to you all. And when I finished and we are singing our next hymn, I've got something for all the gentlemen. May I first of all say what a privilege it is to be standing in this position as National President of the Unitarian Women's League, and having the opportunity within this year to, well, hopefully make new friends. I'm not sure what Pat and Brian are going to say about that, but also I bring you the greetings of the Central Committee in the United Kingdom and wish everyone every success in the future. What have I gained through being involved in any organisation, and none more than our Women's League? Friends and friendship, and the way to help others both spiritually and practically. And over my many years of working in organisations with young, old and needy, I have made many friends, and might I say I have no doubt made plenty enemies as well. And all these names have a different story and memory to me. I've got many names in my personal address book who are long gone, and I've many names who I've not seen for many years. I've got many names who I see occasionally, and others who I can't get rid of. They're around me all the time. My address book is very dear to me, as we've moved around Scotland and now throughout the world. It's my link with people from the past, and hopefully each year another name is going to be added to it. And I hope by the end of my presidential year, I shall have a huge list. So beware, as I said earlier, we may come back. We know where the Simpsons live. We know where the Simpsons live, and I know we're going to find out where Jess